Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Honestly and Visibly Sick. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about me starting an anti-inflammatory diet. But before I get into that, I just want to get my disclaimer out of the way that I am not a medical professional. This is just my story and what works for me. An anti-inflammatory diet can mean different things to different people, so I'm only going to tell you about my version of it. There are so many out there. There's also the elimination diet. You can do the paleo. I do want to say before you start any kind of diet, it is best for you to discuss it with your doctor so that they can see if there's any supplements or anything that you need to be on, or if it in fact is even going to work for you. I know that I have done this before. I did, it was more like an elimination diet, kind of elimination slash, it was kind of like a keto, but it really wasn't keto. I can't do 100% keto. I did try that. And I can't drink, like I was eating a lot of cheese and stuff like that, and I just I can't eat all the cheese and all the dairy that was going along with that. And I just don't like meat that much to be eating meat constantly like that. It's just not a diet that's going to work for me. I do like meat, but I just don't eat it as often. It doesn't hurt my feelings to go and have a meal without any meat at all in it. And so I'm going to do this anti-inflammatory diet. And like I said, I've done it a little bit before. I know that I have certain triggers from doing an anti-inflammatory diet and like an elimination diet at the same time, because I slowly kind of came off of some things and then implemented those things back in, and I noticed, oh, okay, well, this is what happens when you eat this. Right now, I have been I'm cutting down my gluten. Um, I started the diet on December 1st, so I've just kind of been slowly cutting it out because I knew that I was getting close to doing this. I just never had chose that date, that start date where you're going to be serious about it. And you would say, well, why not just wait and do it on the 1st? But I really don't want to wait that long. I was going to start it before Thanksgiving, but then I was like, no, because it's Thanksgiving. I want to eat all those foods that I'm not supposed to have. But I have been slowly, I'm sorry, I gotta eyes tearing. I have been slowly, I've been on the diet, but I haven't been really consistent with it. That's been the problem. Like I'll do it one week and then I don't do it the next, or I'll do it one day and then I don't do it the next. So by choosing this day, I am going to no longer be on it sporadically. I'll just be permanently doing the diet with cheat days. I always give myself cheats, because if I start depriving myself of, I'm like, you're never gonna have, then I have like that kind of feeling like you're taking away my blanket or something, as if I was a baby and I had like a comfort blanket. Like, no. That's how I start to feel. So I don't tell myself that. I do give myself leeway. So if I get on this diet and say want a piece of pizza every now and then I'm gonna have the piece of pizza. I just try to live by the 80-20. If I'm eating clean and eating the anti-inflammatory diet 80% of the time, then I can afford to have my 20% of freedom. And that's what I try to live by in any diet. I never go hardcore, because I know myself, and the second that I do that, I'm going to give up, because whenever I start hearing no, then I'm like, well, I don't want to do it. So I know myself and I know what works for me. So I do want to say, like, just make sure that you check with your doctor before you start any kind of diet plan. And this is just my opinion. This is what I think is going to work for me. This is not necessarily what's going to work for you. I'm not a dietitian or any kind of a medical professional. This is just things that I've done in the past that I know, like, what my triggers are, like gluten, dairy, sugar. I already know that those are triggers, and I was eating them when I shouldn't eat them, because I've come off gluten before, and when I came off of gluten and really stayed off of gluten, my fingers weren't even swollen. My fingers and toes were not even swollen. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I had no pain, because that wouldn't be true. I still had pain. I just didn't have as much swelling as what I normally did. I find it really odd, like especially right now in the wintertime, my fingers aren't really swollen. I guess that's because of they're a little bit puffy, but not bad. Because of the dry air and it's not as humid, like my ring is about to literally fall off of my hand from them not being swollen. Um, so I think it's got something to do with like the humidity or something messing with the lupus. But they normally are still puffy, like especially my right hand, it's always going to be a little bit puffy unless I really cut out some things. But I have been not eating the way that we normally would, so I've been more cautious about what I'm putting in my body, but I'm still not eating clean like I know that I should. So basically what the diet consists of is cutting my dairy down. I'm not cutting it completely out, I'm just cutting it down because I still do need some form of calcium and vitamin D, and I do not want to have to go on supplements if I don't have to. Um, I will be cutting the gluten out. There will be no substitute for the gluten. I will be cutting the gluten out all, but I have one cereal that I have to eat um, for my immune health. Kind of helps with my tummy and everything, and I have to eat that. So I'll still be eating that. So I'm just cutting it down, and that's how I did before. I was able to have just a little bit of gluten, and it didn't matter as much to my body. Like it didn't cause me to swell. So it's not like you eat one thing gluten and then I'm just swelled up. It's like consistent. If I constantly keep eating the gluten and it stays in my system of constantly eating it, then my body reacts to it. I've never been checked for celiac disease. Um, it's just something that somebody said, hey, why don't you try to eliminate certain foods and see what bothers you? And I did, and I figured out those three triggers of sugar, milk, and gluten. And my sugar, I just have to limit that. I try to eat natural sugars, like I'll eat vegetables and fruits that have sugar in it, and honey's kind of natural. I don't really want to do artificial sweeteners because I feel like you're trading one for the other, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to try to eat natural sugars, but I'm not going to 100% say I'm not going to have any sugar because I have low blood sugar sometimes, and I don't want to mess myself up. So if I have to shove a butterscotch in my purse for when I feel like my sugar's low, I have a butterscotch. That way I'm not like, no sugar, and then I mess myself up. But hopefully it will be where I can have like a banana or orange or something like that, or some natural juice, so that I don't have to worry about it as much. And I think that's it. I just wanted to put it out there so that I am accountable. I have somebody to be accountable to for my diet, and also just so you guys can see how it works and see if it works for me. I know that there's been several people that I follow on YouTube, like one lady went raw vegan and she said it brought her inflammation markers down. I'm not willing to go that far because I do like to eat meat. That's another thing that I'm gonna limit, and I forgot to say that my red meat, I'll be limiting my red meat and also my pork. I'm not totally gonna say I'll never have it because my family likes to have steak and stuff like that, but I'm going to just be limiting what I have. Right now what I'm doing is just going through my closet or my cabinets and just kind of letting us run out of the things that um, like the boxed foods and stuff like that we have in there, just kind of letting us run out of those and replacing what I can with vegetables. And we still will get our whole grain because I know that that's important for them to have. Like I said, I have a cereal that has whole grain that I'll be eating. My family will still be eating their whole grain. My daughter also has rheumatoid arthritis, so she is going to be following it pretty close to me, not 100% because I don't want to mess her up, but she'll be following it pretty close to me to try to cut down on her inflammation as well. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got to say about it. I hope that I will be able to give you guys an update. I'm hoping also to lose weight with it, but that's not my main goal. I don't want to be like, oh, if I don't lose any weight on it, that's fine. I have, like, I guess you could say borderline Hashimotos. They've never actually said one doctor says yes, one doctor says no. So I've never actually officially gotten the Hashimoto's diagnosis. I just know that my immune system is attacking my thyroid, and it's next to impossible for me to lose any weight. So I'm hoping maybe that will come of this, but like I said, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I just want to eat clean and try to just help my medicine out. I don't want to replace my medicine. I'm not thinking this is going to be a cure-all. I know it's not going to be. Like I said, I've tried this diet before. Was still having pain. I just want to help my medicine out and help it do its job. If you guys have any questions or comments, just comment down below. Again, if you need any kind of support, I'm here for you. If you need prayer, just comment down below and I'll be happy to pray for you. And if you guys have any tips and tricks of things that you use, just comment it down below. I know that I've been told like by several people to go vegan. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not that committed. I'm just being totally honest with you. I'm not that committed. I want to be, like I said, I want to cut my inflammation down, but I'm not going to cut out meat 100%. I am a chicken eater. And I'm just not wanting to cut it out. But I am going to cut it down, and I'll eat, we eat quite a bit of chicken now, but I am going to try to do mainly organic foods that I can find. I know we have like a Aldi's, and Aldi's has a lot of organic and gluten-free stuff, so I'm going to check them out. And somebody was telling me about some gluten-free vegan cookies that I might try. And I'll let you guys know if they're any good for my cheat days. But for the most part, it's just going to be fruits and veggies and meat, and not really doing like the rices and the mashed potatoes and the gravies. I live in the South. Gravy is like usually with every meal. So I'm going to be cutting that out and just really trying to be as mindful of what is going in my body as I possibly can be. I already am like really cut down to what I normally would be eating. So there's not really too much further that I have to go. Like I said, I'm eliminating what we have in our cabinet, but I'm not really eating all the things like I'm already cutting out my gluten and cutting down like noodles, and I'm already cutting that stuff out and mindfully in my mind cutting it out as well, because I know that this diet's coming and I don't want it to be like a shock to my system, because sometimes you can get sick when you do things like that, and I don't want to be sick to my stomach. So I just been doing it slowly, and yeah, I think that's it. Alright guys, I hope that you at least are entertained by this video, or maybe it sparks some interest, or maybe will give you some inspiration to go and talk to your doctor and see what will work with you or work for you. And that's it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.